Ice cream and sprinkle.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Sunday. Hope you're having an awesome weekend so far. Although it is kind of a boring weekend right now for crypto. There's really not much happening. There's minor gains, minor losses. There's a few coins that are doing well, but for the most part, it is quite boring. Bitcoin is up 0.02%. Ethereum is up 0.01%. Bitcoin dominance is still 52%. I mean, we were at 173, now we're at 172.9 billion. So yeah, really boring weekend, guys. But this is what tends to happen on the weekends sometimes. And you do notice that the volume always drops on the weekends. You know, we were upwards over 80 billion. Now we're sitting below 33. If we look at the biggest gainers on the front, we do have Maximine coin up 13%. However, that's trading on Coinbeanie. And you guys know I don't really trust that exchange. So that's just my opinion, but I wouldn't touch that one. We also have Tezos, KuCoin, Insight Chain, Engine, Theta, ARC, and Basic Attention Token all doing quite well today. Now, having a look at Bitcoin, quite boring. As you can see, we're still registering as neutral on the Super Guppy, just going sideways. Now, we have held this $5,000 support, this psychological level. I'm surprised we've held it for as long as we have, but we have. So that's a good thing. And you can see we're just bouncing around in this channel trying to get above it. So if we can break above this $5,000 sort of $100 level and actually push high enough to break through this second freaking resistance at 5,350, then I think we're going to have a pretty good move, and we might even go all the way up to 5,500 or 5,600, okay? At that point, I do think we're going to have a massive cool down, okay? Now, if we're unable to do that, because you do notice that volume has dropped off, and it is the weekend, so, you know, once the US goes to sleep, you know, the East is going to wake up, and then we'll have to see what they're doing. Now, if the bears decide to come out and we do end up falling below the 5,000 psychological level, then I do believe that we will be supported by this $4,700 mark. I don't think we're going to go any lower than that, guys, but if you want to be like extremely bearish and say we're going to definitely dump, I want to zoom out and just show you that we have sort of formed this channel, right? So worst case scenario, you know, for all the bears out there that think we're going to dump, if we were to dump, I mean, at this point, if we stayed and were held by this support, then I would say, like, I mean, if we were to fall right now, just straight down, we'd be supported by 4,100, but I don't think we're going to have a straight, you know, downward fall. I'd imagine we'd do something sideways, maybe touch it somewhere over here around 5.6 or the 5.7 mark, right? So I wanted to draw your attention to that as well. But one thing that I wanted to point out was, you guys remember we had that golden cross over here, right? Now, we had it on the 50 and the 100, which you guys could see happened right here, but I'm going to actually get rid of that because that's not what I'm looking at right now. We're going to look at the 50 and the 200, and the reason that I want to look at that is because you could see right back here in March of last year, we had a death cross, right? As opposed to a golden cross. So this was really bad. And this definitely showed us that we had a lot more downwards action to go. Now, as you guys can see right here, it looks like we're potentially getting ready for another golden cross, but this time with the 50 and the 200. Now, I know, Alessio Rastani says that technically we're not above it if you take out the weekends, but guys, it's a Sunday. I'm making this video. It's the weekend. Crypto is trading. So for me, I have to look at this data because this does matter to me, okay? Because I am in the markets on the weekends. So if we do have this cross, that would definitely signal a very, very bullish scenario. And the reason being, let me show you, pretty much any time that we are above the, the yellow line, or basically the 50, we tend to be in bullish territory, obviously with the exception of the, the sell-off after the initial run-up. But look, let's just go back over time. Look, it's above it, we're going up, right? Oh, it's below it, we're going down here. And look, all the way back here, look, we're above it, right? Bull run. Well, I can't go back any farther. But as you can see, it's been quite some time since we've actually, been above it. And I think right now, once we have this golden cross, that could definitely be something very positive moving forward. Now, I wanted to actually give a shout out to Astro Andrea 20, because this chart right here is basically pointing out something that not a lot of people are looking at, and this is Dow's bottoming pattern and possible parabolic rise, okay? So basically what they say is in the past few months, Bitcoin has been putting in a bottom, pattern, right? The failure swing bottom from Dow's theory, he says, I see that absolutely no one talks about this pattern. In fact, I've never even heard of this. So anyway, instead, they always talk about ABC correction that will bring us to new lows like 2K or 1K. This individual says, no way, I don't think we're going that low, right? Also, he says, I want you to notice a possible parabolic trend that is forming right now in Bitcoin. It is simply an acceleration of the upward trend, which doesn't happen since 2017's bull run. It's still at the beginning, so we need to keep an eye on the first two trends that are formed. And at last but not least, the BBSX index is growing steadily for almost 4 months, which points out a change in sentiment from bearish to bullish and the exhaustion of the bears, okay? So, another thing I just wanted to point out though real quick, okay? As far as 2019 returns go, you can see, as Charlie points out over here, oil is up 38%, so I guess that would have been the one to be in. But next is Bitcoin at 35%. The next closest is NASDAQ 100 at 21%. So Bitcoin is beating out NASDAQ 100, S&P 500. Oh, and it's definitely beating out gold, guys. Gold is 0.5%. Not really a great year for gold, huh? So when you really consider, getting all upset about like maybe a potential pullback, guys, I mean, Bitcoin is virtually the best performing asset right now. Obviously with the exception of some altcoins, but you know what I'm saying, right? So that's definitely something to be very positive about. Now, you have seen the bulls coming out, right? It's been very, very positive. Some people say almost too positive, but you could see CNBC's Brian Kelly, he was talking about institutional adoption that's going to push Bitcoin over the 20K mark, higher than we've ever seen, and he thinks that this is going to happen in the next 2 years. He says, without question, this next cycle, you're talking probably a 2-year cycle. The cycle for Bitcoin is usually about a year before to a year after. So this 2-year period, you're likely to see a massive upswing, right? You also had Peter Brandt that came out and he was calling for a potential parabolic jump coming from Bitcoin in the near future. Don't forget, he correctly predicted last crypto's rise and fall, and now he thinks that a 6-digit Bitcoin could be coming within the next few years. So a 100K Bitcoin, guys. You also have Matty Greenspan, as you guys know, I've had him on the channel before. He's the senior market analyst over at eToro, and he was also pretty bullish. He said, after the false breakout earlier this week, cryptos took a step down, but he said the fact that we failed to go further up speaks volumes about the current appetite, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will go lower, as many bears have indicated. In fact, in my view, the most likely scenario is that we now create a new range, or even hopefully a sustained stabilization. And he also said the market is clearly still quite excited. However, as Travis Kling put it, pretty sure being a crypto investor just means entering 2FA codes over and over and over until you retire, right? Either that or identifying fire hydrants, right? So something that people are talking about that was pretty cool, I guess. They don't know if he was trolling or not, but so, Crypto Cobain said, so annoyed that I didn't get sued as well, referring to basically what's been going on with Craig Wright. And Elon Musk ended up replying to him and said, cryptocurrency is my safe word. So what exactly does that mean, right? Because he had said to him, you are not Satoshi, haha, sue me. We're not too sure about that. Now, some people are thinking, is he trolling? Because cryptocurrency being a safe word, if you guys, you know what I'm trying to say? But speaking of safe words, guys, so apparently there's been some crypto erotica that's been published lately. Just to give you a little bit of taste of what you can expect. The couple embraced lightly, and he reached down to aim his electronium at her loop ring, but she pushed him away, asking if that ETN already had the KYC. He fought back. How could she doubt his electronium when it was he who should be worried over... Okay, so I'm just kidding, but yeah, you guys could see, there you go. Now, getting back to the whole Craig Wright thing, WikiLeaks actually ended up responding. They posted this. They said there's evidence Craig Wright engaged in investment and R&D tax rebate fraud. One of his businesses has removed a key doc in the last few hours. Now, if that's not enough insult to injury to the whole BSV camp, I wanted to point out this statistic that was actually published on April 12th. Now, this is from BitMEX Research, and they made some estimates on different miners and, their profits, or lack thereof profits, I should say. So it says, pretty much, Bitcoin miners have accumulated gross losses of $2.2 million for just electricity alone. These losses are even larger once hardware, depreciation, overhead, and labor are accounted for. So, meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, Regular Bitcoin Cash, or Bitcoin Cash ABC, has actually made a gross profit of 42.4 million. So not only is Craig Wright, getting it from the community, but the miners aren't even making any money either. So very, very crazy situation, guys. Enough with that, though. We've been talking about that for a few days. So here's an interesting thing. So now you have Synthetics founder Kane Warwick launching an inverse Bitcoin token and an inverse Ethereum token. You might be asking yourself, what the heck is this? Well, now, you no longer have to short Bitcoin to make money. In fact, all you have to do is buy into iBitcoin or iEthereum, and it's an inverse related coin. So as Bitcoin goes up, it'll go down in value at the same rate. But if Bitcoin falls, this token will go up in value at the same rate. Very interesting, very strange, but, interested to see more about this. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds crazy, guys, but, what do they think of next, guys? What do they think of next? So, also, we have the AERGO mainnet is launching in less than 15 hours. Just wanted to point that out for everyone who's holding ERC20 tokens. You don't have to do anything. It's kind of like how LTO has different tokens as well. They're going to keep their ERC20s to be tradable, and if you want to swap them to mainnet, you can using the bridge. So, in other words, don't freak out. Don't panic. If you're holding your ERC20 token AERGO, you're fine. You don't have to do anything. You're good. Okay? Just want to point that out. However, QTUM 0.17.3 has been released. This is a mandatory QTUM update for stakers. So if you are a staker of QTUM, you may want to check this out, okay? So I will drop that below in the description for you as well. We also have Swarm on April 10th. They announced that they're going to bring security tokens to Tron. So it says individuals and enterprises can issue tokenized assets through the Swarm platform on Ethereum, Stellar, and now Tron blockchains as well. Also, we have the Los Angeles Times, the fourth most circulated newspaper in the US, recently signed up as a verified Brave browser publisher. The publication will now start receiving tips and reoccurring contributions in the form of basic attention token. So in other news, we have Japanese biggest bank confirms launch of a digital currency coin. So we have Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group's MUFG is preparing the launch of its in-house digital currency coin. Looks like somebody's following in the same footsteps as Jamie Dimon over here. And on top of that, we have the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank have jointly launched a private blockchain and a so-called quasi-cryptocurrency. Now, the reason that they say this, it's a quasi-cryptocurrency, they're calling the asset a learning coin because it will only be accessible within the IMF and World Bank. The coin has absolutely no monetary value whatsoever. They're just looking at it for experimental purposes. So Learning Coin was launched in order to better understand the technologies that underlie crypto assets. Its app will serve as a hub where blogs, research, videos, and presentations are stored. Also, we have Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, says that he's waiting for the likes of Bitcoin and others to hit their iPhone moment, as he puts it. He says it should work like WeChat, where when you go to the app, it already knows who you are and it has your payment method already attached. And with one tap, you can then complete an action or complete a payment. And so we need to get that usability. Just simpler and simpler and simpler, kind of like having the Netscape moment or the iPhone moment for crypto. And I agree. I think that's definitely what we need, guys. Really easy to use, something that is similar to what we're already used to, right? You don't want to have to relearn something again, right? We're already used to using mobile apps and doing mobile banking. So the closer you can get it to things that we're already accustomed to without us having to change our already existing habits, the better chance you'll have of mass adoption. And speaking of mass adoption, the number one trending region right now, searching for Bitcoin on Google, is Nigeria. And it turns out the National Bureau Statistics reports that Nigeria's unemployment rate has rose above 23% in 2018. So in cities like Lagos, many young university graduates can be seen making a living as freelancers, offering services from copywriting or web design and even computer programming. So given that many of their clients are based abroad, there can be issues with receiving payments for the work. However, with a Bitcoin wallet and a plethora of local exchange services, these freelancers can receive payments easily from clients spread across the globe. And on that note, I am going to end it, guys, because that is really the point. I know we come on here every day. I know we talk about price action and what's going to happen. And it's very interesting. I'm not going to lie. I want Bitcoin to go up, certainly. Like, I want to make money just like everybody else. But I still believe in it for the bigger reason, which is what it's really going to do to the legacy financial systems, what it's already doing. And look what these guys are able to achieve right now. Freelancers in Nigeria are able to get paid, whereas normally they would have a very difficult time, finding a way to make money based on these services that they're offering. Same thing goes for what's happening with local Bitcoins in Venezuela, right? We reached an all-time high just the other day. And you could see that these people are turning this not for speculation, but for actual need. And I think that is when we are going to see the greatest growth and explosion of cryptocurrencies. Also, super quick before I go, friendly reminder, guys, the Blockchain Brief is doing yet another giveaway. We are giving away a ColdLar Touch wallet, as you can see right here. If you want, you can click the link below, or actually maybe I don't know if you'll be able to scan this. It might be a little bit blurry. See if you can scan it. If not, I'll drop a link below. And yeah, you guys can enter to win that if you want. And also, if you want to sign up for the newsletter, you can too. We put one out every single month. It's $5 a month. Really, it's virtually nothing, guys. I do write for it as well. As you can see over here, there's 142 total entries, and there's 16 days left if you guys are interested in that. Now, before we go, I do have to give away the t-shirt from yesterday. So we got to go into yesterday's video. Let me just pause that real quick. We will copy this, head on over. All right, and this is for the Small Crypto Zombies t-shirt. By the way, guys, I am getting a t-shirt store soon, so you guys will be able to just buy the t-shirts. Just been really busy right now, but I'm working on it. So here we go, drum roll please, and who is our winner? Maybe I can be entered for the Ledger wallet too? Yes, you can, JR. I assume that since you're trying to get entered into the wallet, you are interested in the shirt. So if that's the case, I will allow you to hit me up for the shirt. Let me know. Either you don't want it and I'll give it a different one away tomorrow. Or if you do want it, then we will do the giveaway like that. All you guys got to do, go over to my About Me section or join the Telegram group. And that is it for the day. So thank you so much for everyone who's been supporting the channel by, using the referral links to purchase your ledgers, or just signing up using my link for basic attention tokens that you get for joining Brave Browser, okay? And yeah, guys, that is it for today. That is it. So thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I really, really appreciate it. Another beautiful day in New York. I'm definitely gonna go outside and enjoy the day, and you should too. Stop watching these stupid crypto videos and go enjoy yourself, guys, okay? So that being said, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. If you haven't gotten subscribed yet, I do this every single day. That being said, my name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.